2014 on Asgard Radio. This is Slider along with Mr. Dick over there. And we did you have the video going for that? Please tell me you did.
Yes.
All right. That was awesome. we got photo bound. So, tell everybody who you are.
My name is Dave. I play in a band called Vanna.
My name's Joel. I also play in Vanna.
Said band.
Band?
Aforementioned band.
So, how is Warped Tour going for you guys?
Awesome. Great, man.
Yeah.
Really cool.
You guys having a good time?
Oh, yeah. I mean, love the Warped Tour. This is our second time doing the whole thing. We were in 2012 as well. It's awesome, man. It's great. The weather's beautiful. It's summertime. We're outside.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous day out there to be.
Great day. The clouds cleared off, and it ended up being a good day today. So.
Yeah. So, where are you guys from originally?
We're all from the Boston area. We call ourselves the Boston band. All of us either went to school in Boston or lived in Boston or both, but we all kind of spread out a little bit since we've been touring so much. It's a little not cost effective to live in the city of Boston.
Yeah.
Tour most of the time here.
But yeah, we hail from Boston, but we all live in up and down New England.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're all from that area. So I was born and raised right outside the city. But I live up in Portland, Maine now, and people come to the Cape and different places.
Yeah.
But we're all Boston, so our home.
How did you guys get together? Did you guys know each other, or did it just?
The band started. A couple of guys went to college art school in Boston together. Nick, our guitar player, had this little project he was doing on his computer and kind of wanted it to come to life and grab some dudes, and they made a bunch of demos, put it up on the internet, and I don't know if you remember Pure Volume, but Pure Volume, back in the day, they shows it as a Pure pick, which it means it goes on the front of Pure Volume's website.
Oh, okay.
And that was right when I know it's making me sound old, but it's right when the internet boom of bands on the internet.
Yeah.
Had just started. Pure Volume was a brand new thing. So labels were looking at stuff like that, Pure Volume and MySpace and all this other stuff, and they got scooped up by a label off of becoming a band, putting songs on the internet, playing shows, and they just kind of got picked up. And that's kind of where it all started happening. And
then the grind started.
Yeah, then the real life started. So yeah, band has now been a band for.
We were talking about this December will technically be 10
years.
If you count when Nick wrote his first song.
Oh shit!
Wrote the first Vanna song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Been touring for 8-ish years. I've been with the band for over 5 years now.
Okay.
And coming up on 3 or so.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are new to the band almost.
I mean, kind of. I've been there. I've been there. I mean, I've toured every record that we've done, every full length.
Okay.
So I've been there since forever.
I toured most of the third last full length cycle.
Yeah.
And wrote a full length tour that we just wrote our newest full length.
Did you know Vanna before you?
I did. I mean, I used to listen to them back. I'm the youngest in the band, so when they released their first full length, I was just getting out of high school, so I was their target demographic, which is kind of funny. So I would jam the record, and then me and Dave know each other through the music scene in New Hampshire and northern Mass, and the music scene is very small as far as the network was concerned. So
Yeah.
It was always talked about, when we have, we're doing the caliber of tour where we need a tech guy, they know who's very tech savvy, the guitar guy, so let's bring in a tour. And it actually wound up being, I got a phone call, I was like, hey, why don't you join the band?
Yeah, we actually
need a guy.
We need a guy.
I kid you not, on my way to my first day of my new job, and I got a call from him. He was like, hey, so you want to join the band? I'm like, oh, well, so much for this new job.
Did a quick U-turn.
I worked that job for just over a year in the transition from the guy I replaced to me. They finished up the tour, pre-existing obligations.
Oh, okay.
Finding the time to do, some time off to get acclimated with the dudes and then, start. And then my first tour would be actually the following year early 2012.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So where did you guys get your sound from? from? What was the influence of?
I feel like Boston's a very, especially for, you know, all of us growing I was friends with the dudes before I joined the band too. Like my old band played, that's how I met them. My old band played with them a ton and they helped us out. Boston has a very large hardcore scene, and metal scene, large music scene in general.
Very vibrant.
To focus on the heavier side of things, it's a very large, you know, hardcore metal scene, and that runs all the way from Connecticut all the way up to Maine. It's kind of a one, like, bands are friends with each other in different states, you know what I mean? It's a family-based thing. And I think that in starting Vanna, I think that they all came from like a hardcore background, you know, and also loving like indie rock and other music and trying to bring those together. Because I mean, at the time, and I can say this from like a, you know, a different standpoint because I wasn't in the band at the time. When Vanna came out, I remember going to like their second show ever or something. When Vanna first started, there wasn't a lot of bands in our area that sounded like them, sort of like thrashy rock and roll, but also like, you know, heavy and singing too. There wasn't a whole lot of that. It's funny, they got a lot of shit when they first started.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that would just make fun of them.
Really?
Because
they're different.
They were different. The best part is like they would play all these like really heavy hardcore shows, and kids would, you know, be like, all these fucking losers, and then they would play, and they would. I remember, I never forget. I went to, man, I can't remember. It was like their third show or fourth show. But it was a very hardcore based show, and I went and I was, I met these Vanna dudes. Are pretty cool, and I watched them play, and people were literally throwing stuff at them in this packed room, and they played and were thrashing their instruments into people running into the crowd and like giving it right back. And by the end, they won that entire place over, and that's when I started seeing them gain respect. Like, no, these dudes can do, you know. And that part of joining the band was like, for me, was just like, I love how they don't try to, you know. And this is something that we, you know, rings true now. We don't try to beat anyone else. We just try to beat Vanna. And whether that's popular or cool at the time or the location of where we are, we're just gonna be us.
Right.
And I had a lot of respect for that. So when I, you know, when came time they asked me to join the band, I was so excited about that because, like, you know, we're all the same. Though we're from different parts of, you know, New England, we're all very, very much the same person.
You guys have like the same like ideas and
yeah, it's a very. I mean, it's cold where we're from, man. It's cold. It's hard. You get angry. You get pissed. You need an outlet for that.
Yeah.
A lot of things don't go your way.
That's why I think hardcore in general and like heavy music, especially in the Northeast, is very prevalent because everyone's really fucking angry.
Yeah.
They come out in some way so they can just be normal people. So, yeah, we're all very like-minded, and I think that is, there's no different how the band is now than how it was before, even though there's a couple different people in it. It's the same thing.
There's a band out from here, I don't know if you guys heard of them, called Black Plague. It's got a female lead singer.
Sounds awesome.
Check them out. She's mean.
Okay.
She's sexy as hell.
I love that.
But you listen to her, she's mean.
I like that.
And it's just check her, Black Plague, and they're from out there. I think they're from Massachusetts somewhere.
Okay,
but
cool.
yeah, they're from out there. It's just, my God, as soon as they sent me music, I'm like, holy shit. I sent her a message. I said, can I send you a shirt to promote us? Because you guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And she's just great. Her name's Stephanie, and the name of the band is Black Plague. Check them out.
Cool.
So after Warped Tour, you guys doing the whole tour?
Yep.
What are you guys doing after? What do you guys got coming up? Sold or?
We're gonna be home for a minute, and then we go back out and we do a full US.
Okay.
We're doing direct support for a band who's actually on the tour now. And then after that, we go immediately into Europe and UK.
Okay.
Direct support for another band out there. That'll bring us all the way right up until Christmas time. Then we do a New England Home for the Holidays run.
Oh, okay.
We'll do it with a couple bands from the area. So we have 4 or 5 shows. That literally brings us right to the new year, and then that's it. We're done for the year.
Yeah, it'll be just. And next year, you guys gonna write more? Another album?
I think that we're gonna tour off this new. We just put out a new record 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I think that we're gonna tour off this record a bunch and try to really use the record cycle to get out to as many different places in the world we can. I know there's an Australia plans going back there in the works. UK.
We want to
Yeah.
go farther.
Yeah,
Well, that's, I mean, go farther,
We
yeah.
We want to go to places that we haven't been to Japan yet. We haven't been to Hawaii or once we do Hawaii and Alaska, that'll be it. We'll do all the states. That'll be everything for us.
Really?
Yeah.
So then it's time to hit countries.
Yep.
Yeah. We've done Europe and UK a bunch, and now it's time. We want to do the Japan. We want to go to like Southeast Asia. I want to go to Mexico. I want to go to. People are going to South Africa. A couple bands
Wow.
just went to I think the Word Alive just went to South Africa.
Really?
Yeah, he did. I just want to just go to the weirdest fucking places ever. Because I know I won't ever get the opportunity to do it again. I don't think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have the money to do that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I just want to get weird all over the world.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
That'd be awesome just to see. And we were talking to another band earlier, and they said they played Russia, but they didn't get to see Russia.
Yeah.
So you kind of, when you get to those places, you got to take that one extra day, maybe.
Well, I know when we do Alaska and we do Hawaii, we're gonna do like 2 shows. We're gonna be there for like a week. We're gonna take it all in and try to go just be there.
Yeah, well, exactly, because you kind of don't want to just go play and turn around and get back on the plane.
You want to see where you're at. You want to see the people and you want to see the land that you're playing.
Yeah, exactly. So what else do you guys do on your off time when you guys aren't playing? Like at the end of the year, when you guys finish up your year run, what do you guys do? Do you guys just kind of kick back, families, fish?
We all try to do. I mean, we all have jobs and stuff. I'm a barber and I cut hair in a shop at home. And I'm married. And I have a dog. Just try to live that.
No kids?
No kids yet.
No.
Just try to live that normal life and just be around my friends and family that I don't get to see a lot.
Yeah.
When I'm home, it's a lot of dinners at mom's house because I don't get to see them that often.
Right.
Yeah, we all have things that kind of keep us.
You just catch up. You gotta
busy.
all the things you miss. You gotta do the makeup birthday dinner and the makeup.
Yeah.
Graduation party and the makeup. Anniversary and the makeup. You gotta kind of because you miss.
Oh yeah.
So you gotta kind of compensate.
And then you got to turn back around and you hit the road again.
Yeah, it's a constant
Like
cycle.
for instance, our U.S. tour starts on my wife's birthday.
Ooh.
I've never been home for her birthday.
Wow.
Once. We've been together for 5
And
years.
you're still married.
I got the tour routing, and I was like, I'll get the tour routing, and then I went to her. She's like, starts my birthday, doesn't it? And I was like, yep. Yeah, just constantly making effort.
Does she ever come out on the road with you?
She's actually out right now.
Is she?
Yeah,
No shit.
she's working for a nonprofit that I work with called Hope for the Day. It's a suicide awareness and prevention company, and she's running the tent.
Oh, you guys got a tent here?
Yeah.
It's what's it called?
Hope for the Day.
Hope for the Day. Does it have a website and everything?
HopeForTheDay.org.
HopeForTheDay.org.
Yep.
Suicide prevention.
It's an awareness.
Or awareness.
Yeah, it's both.
Okay.
And it kind of takes the approach of suicide's a very touchy subject.
Yes.
And people are afraid to talk about it, and we just kind of dive right in and just talk about it.
Put it out there.
If no one talks about it, then no one's gonna heal.
This girl her and I went to our first concert together, 1984. She was a freshman, I was a sophomore. We went to see Motley Crue, and her 21-year-old son committed suicide. And it is. It was horrible. She just every day she came home for lunch to have lunch with her son. He just graduated high school, got a job. He was working, So it is a very, very touchy subject.
It is, and I just feel like the more, what we've found in our sort of research and talking to kids and getting out there and being out there is that kids just feel alone, like there's no one else going through what they're going through.
Yeah.
And that's our main thing, is to let kids know. And that's a big thing in our band too, is let kids know that it gets better, life gets easier.
Yeah.
High school blows for so
High school
many kids,
sucks, man. Oh my God.
My high school experience was great. It was fine.
Yeah.
But I know that high school can suck, and especially I didn't go to high school in 2014. I can't even imagine going to high school right now.
Yeah.
The amount of internet presence and judgment and bullshit.
Oh my God.
It's insane. But we just try to tell kids that is, in the grand scheme, I'm almost 30. In the grand scheme of your life, I'm not even old, and I am so far past high school, and I've only been out for 10 years. It gets better. Just hold on to you're gonna be okay.
Him and I both have kids that are in high school.
Yeah.
Mine just graduated high school, and I got one that's going to be a sophomore. And high sucks.
Dude, it's a nightmare.
Oh, I went to high school in the 80s. We didn't even get computers until 87, my senior year.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it was...
Text messaging wasn't even a thing.
Oh my God.
Hardly anyone had it. So
There were car phones at the time. Not cell phones. They were bagged car phones.
I remember my mom had one.
And the 80s shit, the 80s was fucking that was great.
Yeah.
You know? And
I
now
just feel like there's so much like pressure and judgment. So like that's why we like try to offer like come to our show, like just be whoever you are at the show. Because at least there you can be, and like take those moments and like have that get you through your week and stuff. And then eventually you're gonna be out of school and then you can just go do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Go
exactly.
be whatever you want to be. And also I also tell kids, if you like high school and you think high school rules, because a lot of kids are like, why do you always talk shit about high school? Like, I like high school. Well, then try to make others' high school experience a little bit easier. If you're enjoying yourself at high school and you're having fun and like you're fun or whatever, just ease up on other people, man, or bring other people, include people, because like
maybe the reason it's so much fun is because you're using other people to get yourself up. So just make sure you
widen your circle and bring more people in.
You know what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is you might think your kid's weird in high school and you don't want to be his friend and talk to him, and you're gonna fast forward to 7 years later, he's gonna be your coworker.
Yeah.
And then
or your boss.
Or your boss.
And your boss, and then everything's just gonna be on a playing field where we're just people.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, and now I'm gonna see this dude every single day. Who knows that? Like, sometimes opposites attract, and you might become best friends with someone that was you maybe shitty to in high school. So just always remember that, like, what goes around comes around. If you have a good high school experience and you're loving it, try to get someone else to love it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because a kid's miserable in high school doesn't mean he has to be miserable.
Right.
In high school, you can have a good time. You just
And again, in the grand scheme of things, remember, it's such a tiny piece of your life.
when
you're in that, that's all you know. That's everything. But when you move past it, one of the happiest days of my life was waking up like I'm done. I don't have to go back. And it's just literally exponentially gotten better.
It'll seem trivial once you're older. You're like, man, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
I didn't even have a summer after high school because I went 10 days after I graduated. I was in basic training. Because I knew I grew up in Northwest Indiana, and I knew if I would have stayed home for that summer,
I left for New York City after my graduation.
Yeah, I would have never done anything. So I was like, I just got to get out.
I took a year off before going to school, and I went on tour.
Yeah.
Here I am.
And you're still doing it. So what is it called again?
What? Hope for the Day.
HopeForTheDay.org.
Yep.
And you do have. I'm gonna go check out your tent
Yeah,
too here in a
it's a
little while.
blue tent. It's over near the Ernie Ball stage today.
Okay.
It's a blue tent. My wife's working in. Her name's Kiki. She's
Kiki,
wonderful.
okay.
Yeah, she'll be so inviting. So
I'll definitely check them out.
Head over there, grab some literature. There's stickers. There's tons of stuff.
I'm sure they would love to if you wanted to interview them.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we try to do everything. We're actually working on right now, trying to figure out me and maybe a couple other guys from other bands doing like a high school speaking tour and going around and just talking to kids. And like once again, we're not gonna like candy coat stuff. Like I think that like I've given a couple speeches here and there for the day, and I mean the way I started off is like, yo, this sucks. High school sucks.
Yeah.
It's so shitty, and like teachers don't want to hear that. Principals go, don't say that.
Yeah, like, no, it doesn't.
It does. You have to be true. Yeah, and that's a problem too. Nobody is upfront with these kids.
Kids can see right
That's
through
why a lot of companies, nonprofits or whatever, they
don't quite make the impact that
they don't give you that real hope. The day is like it's about finding something that gives you hope. So you got no hope in your high school, go elsewhere. Paint, draw, play sports, listen to music, make music, do something that gives you hope. I call it my shovel. Find something that becomes your shovel, so you can take all the bullshit that is in your life and you can fucking bury it until you're over it, and then you just keep moving. You know what I mean? Like find your shovel, and that's sort of what Hope the Day does. It's like we're not gonna candy coat anything. Like life sucks. There's some days that even me still, I just don't want to wake up. Shit sucks. But you just gotta find those things in your life that brings you joy they've even had kids like, I don't have a car, I have no way to, and they've driven up and talked to them.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a really good organization. We're trying to like sponsor more tours, to have someone, with a Hope of the Day booth and someone at every show in the club, so they can talk to kids, because that's where all these kids that are going through all this shit are on a Friday night.
Exactly. We get kids that come up to us and tell us these, like, for lack of a better word, like horror stories of what they're trying to deal with, and we can only speak from our experience, but we're not really equipped with the knowledge and education to help them.
Right.
So now we have, like, we understand we can't quite help, but these people can. Please talk to them, and we can, like, help them. There is a place to go, and we want to help funnel people in the right direction.
There's a lot of bands on the tour that are working with Hope of the Day. We're like one of like 6 or 7 bands that are like a Hope of the Day band.
We'll have to check them out. Maybe get her in here if we can before they kick us out.
Yeah.
Because I know we're supposed to shut down at 6. So.
You can head right over to her tent and just interview her right there.
Yeah.
Sure they do.
Something like that if you want to run that.
Okay. Tell them you spoke with us, and they'll know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Her name's Kiki?
Yep.
Okay.
I think Christmas will be good there too.
Yeah, there should be there's 2 people out. That's
okay.
Johnny, the guy who ran the organization, he actually just left. He's off the tour for a week.
Are they going to be at all the Warped Tours too?
Yep.
Every day.
She'll be there every single day. My wife has a psychology degree, and this is like something that she's doing as part of like her, her resume and stuff. And
okay.
When we worked with them and they were like, we need someone to work the table. I was like, well, my wife has a psychology degree. This is part of what she's trying to accomplish, so it'd be good for her to do it. So they hired her on.
Cool.
Plus, I got my wife on tour, so.
Yeah, really. Gotcha.
Win-win.
You can just sneak off anytime.
That's great. That's perfect.
Yeah. Put the hand towel on the bus lift.
We got a really big we got the big bunk, so.
Big bunk, dark curtains.
Dark.
Louder conditioners.
Yeah. And you get your earbuds, everybody has earbuds. Yeah. And you take them off, go to the bathroom. Oh, fuck. They're All right, guys. This is Vanna. You guys are going to be on every tour, every date of Warp.
Every day.
We're going to see you again then in Tinley Park.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to see, when you guys go to Pittsburgh, Miss Shockwave, Stacy, she's going to be out there.
Cool.
So we're trying to cover everybody, because that way, if we don't get interviews at these, we're trying to get everybody. We want to interview as many bands as we can. So we're trying to hit as many Warped Tours as we can. So what we can do for all the bands, get your word out, and also, where can they get your music?
Everywhere. Come to the merch tent. Go online on iTunes. Go to stores like Best Buy, FYE. I think Hot Topic will soon have the vinyls in stock. Pretty much anywhere you can get music, you can find it.
We need to bring record store back.
They're coming back.
Records.
They're coming.
And then like there's lots of independent stores like Amoeba Music, Newberry Comics, Boom News. Everyone's got it.
Okay, cool.
And if you can't find it there, just, call around. Someone will help you out.
Yeah, we'll find it. We'll get your music here. All right, guys. Good luck at the rest of the tour. You guys have fun, and we will be seeing you down the road somewhere or another.
Great, absolutely.
All right, you are still with Mr. Dick and Slider at Warped Tour on Asgard Radio. You get a couple pictures real quick?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.